The String Ninjas Podcast.
Come get some. Don't have time to play with myself.
Take it easy. We're the good guys.
Hail to the king, baby.
The String Ninjas Podcast.
It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. One yank, and then you come.
Well done for not talking about ourselves.
Well, no, it's called relating.
All right.
I'm not just putting my story
back and
first. It's a bit of, back and forth. But yeah, welcome, String Ninjas Podcast, episode whatever. Second season. You're still here, and we're joined by the lovely Rwanda Shaw.
Hello, everyone.
One of the most busiest people I've ever seen in my life. You've been a Disney princess.
Yeah.
You've been on The X Factor.
Yes.
Yeah, not The Voice.
No, not The Voice.
You've been in two bands, Chapter 2 and Second Nature.
Yeah.
Nailing it right here. So yeah,
You clearly did research.
Yeah,
so.
that's what all those questions were before we
All
started.
about that cramming.
That's cramming, that's it. And then what was the other thing? And you've started doing a bit of modelling as well.
Just a little.
Just a tad
Just
of
a little
modelling.
smidge, actually. I don't know if I'm allowed to reveal what it is yet, but it's nothing fancy. Like,
Okay.
it's actually for NHS scrubs.
I don't like no scrubs.
Yeah. Well, I apparently do. Because I'm getting paid.
Hanging,
So.
hanging out the passenger side if your best friend's right, are you?
Maybe. Yeah. Depends how it goes.
A bit of TLC for the
Fuck,
NHS.
you know those lyrics is unbelievable.
Who doesn't know fucking No Scrubs? It's a fucking classic.
You don't remember people's names.
I know.
He seems to be a fan of girl bands. It
Oh,
seems
yeah.
to be a running.
And it's not even sexual. I genuinely like the music.
Well, I'm the same with boy bands. to be fair.
It's in sync for life.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like every time we get somebody on, we're like, so what have you been at? Because it's like I know nothing about them, and I'm trying
Yeah.
to but whereas with you, it's like I kind of know you've been up to quite a lot. So
Yeah.
you've been Disney princessing.
Well, obviously with COVID, I haven't really been as much, but I have done a couple of like online things. I actually did
Did
a
one
little
for
birthday
Darcy
thing for your daughter. Yes,
That's right.
That was so cute.
That's when we realised that she might be autistic because she just couldn't handle
Oh,
the
bless
pressure.
her.
It's such a good.
Kids usually do crumble, like they're just
Yeah.
they don't know how to take it. Like it's a bit much. But I mean, to be fair, if there was like a random princess kind of screaming down
I
a phone to you, you're kind of like, what?
I was thinking to myself, laughing at the. By the way, I'm not trying to put this out there. Whether it was just a thought that came in my head because he was meant to give me a lift home after this,
Yeah.
and I have to go get Darcy from Fanula at work. So I was like, how funny would it be if Rwanda gave me a lift to get Darcy, and then Darcy's like, why's Moana driving the fucking car? No, like, by the way, I'm more than happy to walk because I'm planning on it. But it was a funny thought that came into my head.
I cannot reveal who I am underneath the wig and the makeup.
No,
it ruins the
you
magic.
you just be like, don't know you, love. Where do I know you from? No idea.
No, I've never seen
no
it before.
idea. You're welcome.
No, that literally happens to me in work. So kids like know me as Moana, and then they'll see me in Poundland in my Poundland uniform, and they're like, "Hi, Moana! Like, why are you in here?" And I'm like, "Shh, can't tell anyone." Like,
undercover
I
sea
have to
business.
pretend that I'm normal, but it's actually just
God
a
bless
regular
them.
person.
That's so lovely, isn't it?
I know.
Wee youngins, like, we'll ruin them when they get older.
So, X Factor.
What was that like, actually? Because we've got Jai on tomorrow.
Oh,
You know
really?
Jai?
I
You
do
know-
actually.
you know
She
Jai?
was really good friends with my sister. I think they both went to tech together to
Funny,
study music.
I've known Jai for about 15 years now,
Yeah.
and she was one of Fanula's friends, and then she went out with Fanula's brother.
Yeah.
And I was friends with Fanula's brother, and
Yeah.
then just again tech with all that one. So
Oh, no way.
It's she was on The Voice as well,
Yes.
wasn't she?
Yeah. I think she did pretty well on it actually.
Yeah, she did.
Years ago.
It's one of those programs I never get to sit down and watch. you know?
Yeah.
I never get the chance.
No, I used to be really into all that kind of stuff when I was younger, but just as I got older, just haven't really
I think
bothered.
you realise after a while, because it is like, don't get me wrong, there's a massive potential for opportunity in those
Oh, yeah,
programs.
big time.
But the actual opportunity is very, very thin. Do you know what I mean? You're not.
Yeah.
You have to fit into a certain thing before it sort of actually take off. It was like
100%.
Was it Will Young and what was the other man?
Oh, Gareth Gates.
Gareth Gates,
Oh,
and it
my
was
goodness.
like Will Young didn't win, didn't he?
Will Young won.
Did
Yeah,
he?
yeah,
And then
yeah.
but then Gareth Gates became quite famous afterwards as
Gareth
well.
Gates seemed to have like the earlier success
Yeah.
after the show, but then Will Young's probably had the longer.
But there was loads. I think there's a load of competitions like the Bake Off. You know, like there's all the second winners.
that.
I have to watch it.
So good.
I pretend I say, "Fiona, don't turn that on."
Really
I've got a series link and all sorted. But all the second and the third winners, they all seem to do better than the actual winners. It's
People
kind
love
of
a sob story and they love the underdog.
Yeah, I would tell you the reason why, but I can't because it's in a contract. So I literally
Serious?
can't tell you. I will maybe tell you after.
the reason you didn't win. Or the
No,
reason
not me. No, the reason why usually the second person does better than the first.
Oh right, there. I would never think that that's an actual
Bit inside knowledge.
Oh, is that like you look better type of thing? So but this person has more staying power.
I usually think that the better looking person wins, but the person with the higher talent comes second usually, which is really frustrating.
That's
But
the story of our life.
yeah, there we are.
It's just a new podcast,
And that's why I didn't get past the first round, because I'm so fucking handsome and so talented.
You did. What did you do? The X Factor?
I did the X Factor in 20...
Wait, what?
I did the X Factor in 2000 and...
Like thinks he can sing.
Oh no, I used to be able to sing. And then
do
you
I not
reminded
know
me
this?
that I could play the violin, and now I've forgotten how to sing. 2007, 2008, I think it was. I went to Wembley Arena to do my audition.
Class.
And I think I passed. I think I passed the producers, but
Right.
but I have the experience of he's going. Yeah.
I genuinely did not know that you could even sing.
I can't anymore.
No, I
I
need
don't
you
use
to
those
say.
muscles anymore. I don't
Encourage him.
I only use it's only my traps for holding up the violin. That's all I use. But I was basically off the ilk. I hear people go, I can fucking do it. That's fucking, people watch quiz shows. Oh, that's fucking easy. Like
It's always easy when you know the answer. Isn't
I'm
it?
legit waiting to hear back about my application for Tipping Point. Like I literally, if there's something like that, I'll go, well, I want to do it, so I'm going to go and do it. So I signed up to do the X Factor, and I went down to do the audition, and I was in a queue to get in amongst the 74,000 people who were there as well. I got chatting to this girl in front of me who had done Pop Idol, Pop Stars and Rivals. She'd done like 3 or 4 of them, and she got onto TV and pretty much all of them, and she was just explaining the process, and she says, look, you either have to be really, 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 really good or really, really, really mental. And I was like, well,
you fall in.
I'm just in the Venn diagram. I'm right in the middle there. I was a wee bit weird that. Just we did that.
Finished each other's mathematical diagrams.
So anyway, get into the audition, and then you're sitting around for 7 or 8 hours to be called, and you're getting given these wee numbers. It's like you're a fucking prisoner.
Yeah.
Or cattle.
But there's a camera crew walking around, and so you're busy. I was seeing all these people running up to the cameras and acting the maggot, or
like that scene in Greece.
Yeah,
where there's no ignore the cameras, and then they all fucking
no.
But then they're all doing these people. So some people will be like singing, some people will be dancing or doing fucking magic tricks or something like that. There,
they should be on The Voice.
And then what would happen is a producer would basically radio through and go number 742, whatever. They're good TV or something out there. So then whenever they go to do the audition, it's already been predetermined that they're going to get through.
Right.
I went and did mine. I went in, sang the song, 20 seconds, and they just go yes or no, and that's just it.
Scary.
And they said no.
Did that happen with you? Did they already like approach you?
In
Like,
the first round, or like whenever it actually was on TV?
in general, like you auditions and stuff, no?
Mine was actually in Cuckoo, so I actually got like a little mini set.
Yeah,
so
did you do that? Yeah,
with Jack. I wasn't actually going to apply, and then just randomly did. But then whenever I did the actual one, I got the producers round in the morning, and then that evening, I actually was in there for like 15 minutes and sang 2 songs, but they only showed like 10 seconds of it.
Cut.
By the time I got to do mine, I was like, I can't be arsed with this anymore. That's just been such a
Seems
shitty
like
day.
it's like a really bad day out.
Yeah.
Like going
It's
to
so
IKEA
long.
with the kids, you think it's a great idea. By the time you walk around it, you're like, fuck this.
But what happened was, so whenever I was sitting outside, because there's like a couple of rooms, and I was sitting outside waiting to go into mine, there was a girl who went into this room, and I heard her sing The Bare Necessities from Jungle Book really badly, really badly. And then I went in to do mine, and then I get told, no, right, see you later, bye,
What did you sing?
Garth Brooks, If Tomorrow Never Comes, mate.
Fuck.
Because I am sultry as fuck, you know what I'm saying? So
You're salty as fuck.
salty now, mate.
You're like a grape.
Salty dog. But anyway, so I leave the room, and then I go back. My friend who had come with me to keep me company for the day, so I go back to get my stuff. Right, we're going.
That's a true friend.
The girl who was doing the Bare Necessities comes out after me, even though she went in before. She came out after me and comes back with the letter, and she's screaming, and all her friends like, "Oh my god, I'm through!"
That's really sad.
And then I was just like, "Yeah, well, of course she got through."
You're not bitter.
No, she was shite.
You're not better.
I was like, this is like fucking Kerr in the community. That's why she's on it.
But that's what makes it so sad. That's what makes it
like they're like, you know,
Yeah,
a
it is.
process.
they're taking advantage of this fucking.
They are.
But you knew the process before you got into it. But then you're like, when you see it actually happen, you're like,
It's like when they're making hot dogs.
I need to go home and
Yeah.
have a
The
shower. I
idea-
feel
The
violent.
idea of a hot dog's nice, but when you see, there's fucking all sorts of pig dick in there, you're going to yourself like, I wish I didn't know that. I'd rather just watch.
Well, I'd like to
Yeah.
think there
The
is
end
pig
product.
dick in a fucking in a hot dog, mate. I don't want a horse
in the
dick.
right ones and the most in the M&S ones anyway.
By the way, if you're using this podcast to launch your career, sorry,
Sorry,
that's it.
this is the nosedive that
It's okay.
We've been
it's the
contacted.
we're called the Hindenburg of podcasts. We crash and burn. Yeah, that's fucking. Did you try it? So, because funny you said about. Because actually, I'm just realizing because I completely purged it from my memory that I've done a reality TV show only it was for guitar. So
That's
remember
right.
The Guitar Star.
I was looking surprised there.
Guitar
I mean,
Star.
Guitar Star.
Where and when and
Sky
what?
Arts,
It was a
baby.
weird thing. I can't even remember. I'm trying to think. I can't even. Oh, so it was super strange because I remember getting a message from a friend of mine saying, "Here, this thing's happening. They're all gathering everybody. It was all like guitar players and
Yeah.
in cult. It was like, but then these two girls sat us down in Cafe Nero's in Castle Street, and we're like, "This is what we're doing." And I said, "There must be about 10 of us," and I did not know. I didn't know anybody that was there. Really, it was just me and another person. And then it was like, set. I was like, "Where are all these guitar players coming from?"
Yeah.
Because they must be all good if they're feeling they're going to apply for this. And that's where I met Gary Lutton for the first time. And Gary fucking went on to win it. He did.
Right.
He won the whole thing. Got to play at some big festival that we can't remember the
Still
name
can't
of.
remember the
That's class, actually.
25,000 people he played in front of and all. Like when he was sick, he was broken and all. He had to go out and play. But so it was a weird thing because they came down and then they were like, right, you all just go to Dublin. So there was no real like the producing. It skipped that whole private bit.
Yeah.
It was literally like there's a stage, there's loads of people, the 3 judges are there.
So Huey from the Fun Loving Criminals and
I think so.
Yeah.
And then there was some classical guitarist lady, and then there was some mad bastard who was there. Like he writes like real fucking crazy music that everybody like thinks he's amazing, but you can't dance to it.
Yeah.
You know those type thing. And they were like, right, you do it. And it was like so. There was like fingerstyle, there was lead guitar players, there was all sorts of really, really good. But I turned up late, like
Oh, no.
3 or 4 hours late.
Oh,
The film
that's
had already begun,
standard
and
Gavin.
I like.
Yep.
I woke up and I was like, oh, I was still in Belfast and it was in Dublin and I missed my bus and it was like by like 3 hours. I was like, so I rang the producer and was like, family issues.
Of course,
I
that
was
we
like,
want.
I'll get a train. She was like, yeah, if you want.
Did you have kids at the time?
I had one.
I was so born then I couldn't remember.
Finn was there, but actually nobody was in the house because Fanula took him away to leave me alone. So I get a proper night's rest and get up.
Yeah.
I was in bed for like 11 o'clock. I had showered. I had
I love
everything
that.
sitting ready by the front door. No, I was fucking raising. And then looking back, I was like going, what a heap of bullshit. I didn't even know what the prize was or anything. Like I just turned up and they were like, right, we're interviewing you. So what do you think about playing this festival? And I was like, oh, is that what we're getting?
Was it aired on TV?
Yeah, it's on. It was on
Is there footage of it?
Would you leave that alone?
Sorry.
He keeps hitting that mic. Yeah, Sky Arts.
I'm gonna go
Go
try
and
and
have a
find
look.
it.
Season 1, Gary won it. I always make it like I'm not better, Gary, you bastard. But like he fucking deserved to win it. The guy's
yeah.
unbelievable. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, see, I know me and you're too similar. You're bald, I'm bald. You know what I mean? That's,
Couldn't have 2 baldies
That
getting
box
through,
was
like.
already ticked.
yeah, he kicked out. He was a lot more younger and youthful than me. Although saying that,
no.
I think
Same age as you.
no, he's younger. So he is. I don't know. Actually, don't tell me he's the same age as me. That
Makes
makes
you
me
feel
feel
even
bad.
worse.
Although Paul McMorty's the same age as you, so it
No,
makes me
he's
feel
fucking
better.
Get off, get away. No, Paul's in his 50s. Like fuck.
No, I want to get the 3 of them together.
Because it looks like the evolution of man. So
Or-
you've got Gary
Does it actually?
with his youthful skin and his nice neat beard, and you've got me, and then you've got Paul, the Sasquatch.
Actually, I would call it the devolution of man.
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's it. Did you do any more? Like those, were you?
After the X Factor, no. I think the X Factor was the last one. Well, see, the thing is, I didn't actually want to really go on it. It was just Jack was supposed to be presenting it and then was shitting himself and was like, can you please come down and play
back
with
me
me?
up.
And I was like, yes, no problem. So we just did a little set and then they were like, do you want to apply? So I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Didn't really think much of it. And then obviously I got the 4 yeses and it was like insane. But I did competitions before that, like The Voice and Britain's Got Talent and the X Factor a couple of times, like, and didn't get through. But I don't really, no, not anymore. I don't really have
What
a
did you
fuss
learn
for
from
it.
it?
Basically that it's all, like the whole industry is just all
sham, like it's
It is,
I
yeah.
think that's what is leading to the rise of like independent, because like
Yeah,
you've got the computer and you've got the thing and you can teach yourself a lot of these things.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of artists, because I was saying the Mick yesterday about like public's unhealthy relationship with art, and how it's all give, and there's no, because they don't know the process behind it. But like it's gotten even harder for people because they're their own managers, they're their own PRs, they're their own mixers, they're their own engineers, and then they're writing all their fucking music. So it's kind of, but it has led to this. That's why big record labels don't really do the whole contract things. What they do is they buy shares in Spotify and get, so the 4 major record labels hold the major shares in Spotify, so that's kind of one of the reasons I won't put our stuff on it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Fair enough. It's difficult, like, honestly, it's just, I don't know, like, I like doing things by myself, but then sometimes it's so overwhelming that there's so much stuff to do, but then it's the fear of going with a manager and it not working out, and then they've just... Yeah,
it's sort of wasted your time. Do you have management?
No.
You did it once, didn't you?
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't want
another
manager.
I was always rooting for you, So
thanks very much.
I thought you were going to do, because I like the whole aesthetic and the whole thinking behind it. Do you know what I mean? It was a different take on the pop girls sort of formula.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it was I was kind of like, for fuck's fucking get out there and do it, because you just could all sing.
Thanks. I'd like to think so.
He never says that to me.
Well, I don't want to.
I still haven't heard you sing, so I'm not going to comment.
He's the type of cunt that sings my way. Do you know,
well, if you're singing Garth Brooks for an audition, then you're probably shite.
Yeah. Although no, I've been saying one of the songs that I
leave
want
the
to
comedy
learn.
to us, Rwanda.
I've been wanting to do the Thunder Rolls, Garth Brooks, like an instrumental, because it's a great song.
I just don't like him.
Garth Brooks?
Don't like
as
Garth
a person,
Brooks,
that's quite alright, but
country
do not
music.
shit on his music. Here, country music, that's the thing. I used
Some
to
country music, most country music.
A couple, yeah.
Apart from Dolly,
songs.
don't even
Love
say.
her.
I don't say a word about Dolly.
if you hate country music, there's one band you should check out, and they're called the Zach Brown Band.
Okay.
The lead singer, Zach Brown, is a classical guitarist.
Right.
But he's from Nashville, so he has to play country. So
Right,
he
okay.
solos
Okay,
on
cool.
a fucking acoustic guitar in
Yeah,
a country song.
25 minutes later, he's still doing it.
Tapping and fucking. But yeah,
pretty
no,
cool.
they're a good band to check out.
Okay.
But no,
Zach Brown
I'm
band.
a crooner at heart. I am a Rat Pack baby, like I really am.
Cheesy as fuck.
The good stuff, not the fucking fly me to the moon.
I'm gonna see when the String Ninjas crash and burn. You're gonna be on street corners, derelict as fuck.
One for my baby. No,
the mooch.
To be fair, I've always wanted to get a gig in Burt's.
In Burt's Jazz.
I've always wanted to do
You
that.
couldn't get a gig in Blurt's Jazz Bar. Blurt's Jazz Bar, that's what you need to play.
Judging by my fucking Tinder inbox, I'd say you're probably right. But no, I love a wee bit of jazz.
Yeah.
I know it's good music, mate.
Funny, actually, just you're jogging my memory. For anybody that needs to know, I don't know if you're aware of this, but you're one of the incubators of the String Ninjas.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
What?
Because there's a weird...
There was a weird musical IVF thing.
I basically stole your set that I had to learn for singing with you.
Oh, yes,
and
you
then
did.
I was like, I don't want to learn any more songs for us. Can you just learn the melody?
Yeah.
So when you said jazz, I was thinking of, what do you call your woman? We can't remember names.
Corinne Bailey Ray.
There you go.
Yeah.
Say all over it.
He would always go,
chords in
what
that
do you got that song, Billy Ray Cyrus?
We just keep making up fucking names because we're just like, you know when you play the same sort of set over and over again, and it's just muscle memory at this stage.
It was very funny because he didn't know like copy
any songs.
He didn't
any songs.
He didn't like just the general pop world. It was just not on his radar.
Yeah.
And then whenever he had like 2 days notice to learn 40 songs.
Well, it was actually like 3 weeks, but
then he left.
But I left
2 days.
the last minute.
But he
I
had
don't
to
know
learn,
if you could tell.
But all those like, but all the standards, you know, like Shaka Khan and things like that. That he was like, I had to learn these, and then he told me. But then I was like, well, that's for me. They're all a piece of piss because the melody is easy. You're the one doing the fucking rhythm and the harmony and everything.
Yeah.
It's like, so you have to do. I said it's easy for me. So then we had a set list, and it was great. So
It was literally 2 practice sessions of like 3 hours, and it was basically like I brought it. I don't remember if I turned. Yeah, I don't know if you remember me turning up with just like the sheet with the red marker all over. So I still had them, and I was like, "Here, Mick, there's your homework." But he sort of knew it because he's kind of weird that way. He can just zone in and figure it all out. So I was like, "Here you go, learn it all."
That.
He calls everybody else a savant, but me.
Savant's probably the best thing I
More
can
like a
call you.
Sauvignon Blanc, mate.
The Sauvignon Blanc. But yeah, so yeah, there's been there's like 3 or 4 people that we would say, because I was talking to him about like what do we call these people? It's like because they weren't like founded. There's only 2 people in the band, like, so it's not like founded member or managers. Like, so these are incubators. So there's yourself.
I like that.
There is Davey from the John Hewitt, because he gave us the first proper gig there. There's the chef and the Bark and Dog, because he let us use there to practice. All that. And then actually Jack would sort of be one, funny enough,
but Jack's not here anymore, so
no.
He's not dead. He's just in Australia.
He's
just dead to us.
He's not with us anymore. But yeah, and then Jack, because he would always like force us to go to cooking and play and stuff. So,
but that was because he used to get his Facebook page likes. Because it was like play Game of Thrones, and then
James would have been James McDougall, because he'd always love us, like so.
So did you both start gigging around about the same time as me and Jack then? So like 5 years now?
See,
or
I've been
4?
playing live for about 20 years. No, I'm not 20 years. About 15 years now. But haven't it?
But together?
But the same sort of time.
Class.
Actually, no, it would have been after, because I think Jack had left, and we had started, because he hired me for his dad's 60th birthday party to play shite in the background. Yeah. And then I was like, bring your violin, and then he was fucking blocked, and he was like,
no, Jack was still here for a time.
It took me a while to leave, to be honest.
But
I was like, come on, just get it over with now.
Irish people we're just so used to being homebirds, like that. I don't want to go anywhere.
I was working literally as a waitress in a cocktail bar, so I wasn't even out playing cases.
Yeah.
And then it was only whenever we started playing together, he was like, "Oh, there's open mic and they give you beer for playing." I'm there.
Yeah, all over that. Are you a chef as well?
No, I was bar.
He just eats like one. All the fanciest fucking stuff.
Give me all the gout.
All the gout.
No, I was a barman, so.
Right.
Cocktails were my speciality.
Oh, very nice.
But yeah, so he basically found a way for me to get out of that, because I'm too old for it.
I like to think of myself as like some sort of, when the police rescue like a whorehouse and they rescue all those people and bring them out into. So Mick, I was your receiver. There goes my hero.
So you raided a brothel, bucked her, and then got her a job?
Oh, that's just gratuitous. That's just gratuitous. I would never touch you like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is where things get weird.
This is where I just says Rwanda going.
I thought we would get a lot of this out the other night when we were doing podcasting with certain people.
He confessed to me last night about my legs. That was a weird story. I'd never heard you. He saw me getting changed one day. We were in a hotel. We were doing a gig.
We were in the gym together, and I just snuck a peek.
No, but I don't really remember like this as vividly as he, because he was really.
Oh
passionate.
no, I was very shocked by the whole. Do you ever see when an image grabs you and you're like, Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
So basically, Mick had been doing lots of weights and working out and all, and he kept on going on about his legs and how about they're all like fucking toned and all. And like I came out of the shower in the room, because we were doing a gig. I spit a towel. Put that on your chin, would you? I know, because we were doing a gig over in London and they had put us up in like a twin room. So he was sitting on the bed watching TV, and I came in and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ! It was like, where the fuck did they come from? It's like something you get in Disneyland.
My hamstrings have hamstrings and stuff.
They were mad.
Like, what the fuck?
Nice.
So anyway,
so
he was really passionate about when he told me this.
I know, because it's something that's been buried in my mind. I told Fernanda and all. She was like, well, I think I got a picture. And I sent it to her. I'm saying, look at your fucking hamstrings. He's like, that's fucking weird. But he was like, whoa.
That's only the second cruises picture you've ever fucking sent.
But yeah, so what's happening? What are you planning for in the future then?
Well, I've got new releases. One's just came out recently there.
That's right.
Called Matter, just a wee plug there. And then I've got another 2 coming out with the same producers, and then I'm working on some other little things like live videos, cover videos, and then writing some more music and going a little bit different.
I seen you were in a very famous studio, Lady Gaga studio and all.
Yeah.
What was that?
So me and Kathy and me are in a duo called Chapter 2, and she actually won a competition last year with Q Radio, and it was Jordan Humphreys was giving away like a few different things. It was like recording sessions in this place or that place, and writing sessions or whatever. So she won a 3-hour recording session with Windmill Lane Studios, which is in Dublin, and it was actually class. It was really, really cool to see how they work and how different it is to like producers you're used to working with. But yeah, they have like plaques up on the wall of like U2 songs, and like they've worked with Lady Gaga. And
that's good, because it suits you, because like if you're a metal producer or like a recording artist or recording engineer, and somebody comes in and says you're sort of stuck. It's like anything, like if you're playing pop all your life, somebody says they play blues, you're sort of, so that's good, because that's exactly the sort of, they know exactly what they want
Oh, it was
you to
class.
be listening to,
Yeah.
you know, or they want it to sound like sort of thing.
Yeah.
I always find a good producers writes it with you. Do you know what I mean? Because we did work with a guy called Graham, and basically we did it all day click track, and I did all the like different parts, and he did them all, and we give him the Graham and said, oh, it's sort of like A B C C, you know that.
Yeah.
But then when he gave it back to us, he completely like restructured it,
Yeah.
and it was way better. I was like, wow,
Love that.
that's fucking class. I was like, great, we're going to do that there going forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of good whenever you get somebody that's just on the ball, especially.
Exactly.
Within,
I love that though, like that process of you come in with an idea and then it completely changes over time. It always
the
turns
mark
out
of
class.
a good sound engineer,
Yeah.
good producer, somebody that doesn't shit all over your fucking what you're trying to do,
Yeah,
but actually
yeah.
makes it better, and you're
Yeah.
like, fuck yeah. There'd be a lot of people they take real affront to that if somebody came in
Oh,
and was
I
like, you're not changing my song. It's fucking.
Yeah, I often wonder like that with people like Elton John and stuff. I go, you were clearly surrounded by yes men all your life, because
Well, he did all right for himself.
no,
like, to be
but
fair.
no, but I think he has like over 30 studio albums.
Wow.
But you could probably name on two hands like
All those tunes.
really amazing songs that he's got.
I'm not really a huge fan of him either, to be honest.
You know,
I do like him, but like, I mean,
I like his glasses.
I don't know. I don't think I do.
No, you don't like him. I
really.
like the eccentric, you know, the weird shit. It's funny.
Yeah, eccentric doesn't always mean good though.
No, it does not. But it counts for something. So it does.
Yeah,
But
it's one part of having the whole package. You've
Yeah.
got bits.
That's I keep saying to him. I kind of want to dress up and all for Halloween and do gigs and all that there, and
You should.
it never happens.
Do you still do the fake nails?
Yes, I do the fake nails actually. Although saying that, not really as much the last 2 years because there's been none going on. There was like, what was it? We were practicing for a wedding. So we had to go down to the studio just for a couple of hours. And I was like, where's my nail file? Where's the glue? I was like, I don't know where any of these things are anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even know if you can even get these nails anymore. They could be out of fucking commission. So I was like, right. And I ended up finding like a full box of everything. I was like,
Love it.
when I was gigging full time, doing fucking 8 gigs a week,
Yeah.
I could not find these for love nor money, and they're just all strewn about my house now. Just all been sitting, they've been breeding or something.
Chewed up and all.
But it's fucking it's such a pain. It's so weird because I've been playing my classical guitar.
Right.
I haven't been using nails, and technically, nails are for classical. You grow your own. That's the sort of style of the nylon, and I haven't been using them, and I'm just finding it so nice to play, just with no nails and just pottering about, writing me riffs and me chords and all. So
For a long time, you actually said, "I'm gonna grow my nails if
so
I just
many
grow them."
times.
But I don't have because the thing is, you didn't have the time 'cause we were gigging so much, and it
Yeah.
just you
be
needed
destroyed
So now
after,
we've
like-
had a year and a half off, and you still haven't grown them.
Nothing with them. No. The other thing, because what I wanted to do is because I know players that they don't use nails or anything. They just
Yeah.
use their pads and their fingers, and they just get calluses that are that end up just as strong as nails, and it means they're.
Sounds sore.
I know it sounds disgusting, like,
Yeah.
really, doesn't it? But they're just as strong as nails, but they're super smooth. So there's no catching. It's all the benefits of having nails
Yeah.
with none of the drawbacks. And I always went, right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to play until the bleed, and then I harden up, and I'm going to do it more and all this here. And then I would do it, and then go to do a gig and just shit myself and be like, I'm putting the nails on. They're like, I can't trust them. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of...
yeah.
Is your callus gone on your thumb?
No, it's still there,
Still there.
weirdly enough. It is very good, because I've always had one on the side of my thumb from
Yeah.
playing. And it's just still there. I think it's just draw a wee face on it and like introduce it to people.
Calluses are weird, like the fucking weightlifters and stuff.
Did you ever think this would go this way?
I know. Here we go. No, but weightlifters, like especially guys who deadlift a lot, would have calluses here on their hands. But what they legit have to
I
do,
get that from holding the guitar case.
but what they have to do actually is literally file them, because if they actually rip off, A,
quite
it
sore.
hurts like fuck, and B,
Yeah.
they can't train for like 2 weeks because they can't. There's no
Wear gloves.
because but they'll have no grip. There's still no grip.
gloves.
So, but
That's actually giving me the shivers. That sounds really
Disgusting.
fucking sore. I'm having
yeah, it's giving you the
callus
shivers.
completely
The
off
fucking
there.
Rock posted a video on his Instagram the other day of his daughter filing down his calluses, and I was like, "All right, mate, we know you're amazing." Like,
Get you. That's such a weird father-daughter activity, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's like his daughter, because obviously he was in Moana. His daughter doesn't
Yeah.
believe that's who he is. She just thinks that's daddy singing a song.
she thinks it's Jason Momoa, is it?
Oh,
she
no.
Probably.
She keeps saying about getting Aquaman because that was the whole joke. You got
He's a
people-
fucking handsome bastard. I met
He
him a
is.
couple of times, and he should.
You've met him?
Well, yeah, he used to come into the restaurant I worked at when he was in Game of Thrones.
He's met. See the people he knows. You wouldn't fucking believe it. The Imagine Dragons drummers sending him messages and all. Fucking
Besties.
Yeah, no, like legit.
not even.
If you
You
wa-
would
I-
not believe. How do you think we got all this work?
Give me my phone. I'll FaceTime him right now. No, but he would come in. Like the cast would like hire out the private dining room for what have you, for eating, obviously. And like but he was so funny, like, because even when he wasn't in the show anymore, he'd just randomly drop into Belfast and just walk into the restaurant.
He was always in the Spaniard,
And
wasn't he? He was always drinking in the
and he would
Spaniard.
always like, I'd be like, it'd be so funny. I'd be walking up the stairs and I'm carrying plates and I'm giving it, and these 2 plates would be like for David Benioff and Dan Weiss, the creators of Game of Thrones. So fuck the cast. These are the 2 you want to keep happy because they're paying for the bill. And I'd be carrying their food up, and Jason Momoa would like just be walking past me going, "Hey man, that looks awesome," and then he'd lift like a fucking potato and go, "Oh, that tastes great," and he'd just walk onto the toilet. I'm like going, "Fuck me, man, I'm gonna get murdered here." But he shook my hand once, and I lost my hand
I was going to
because
say.
he's so big.
You went weak at the knees. And
I was like, there's him and Charlie Hunnam are the only 2 men. I'm like, if they wanted to book me, I'd let them. Because I'm just like, yeah, Charlie Hunnam's a gorgeous man.
Who?
Jax from Sons of Anarchy.
I don't know.
He was also
Charlie
the guy. You ever watch Queer as Folk?
No, I've never watched
hell.
literally anything.
Was he in Queer as Folk?
He was the blonde kid. Yeah, he was the blonde, and he was in Green Street. He was also in Biker Grove way back in the day because he has
He's
a
very,
Oh,
very
look at the
blonde,
background.
very Viking-y looking.
Yeah.
You know, blondie, rough, like
So
sort
you've
of.
got a type.
Yeah, he was
Someone who kisses him and makes him feel all
he
dainty.
was meant to be your man Grey in 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh.
He was the original person cast, but he took the job. He ended up doing King Arthur for Guy Ritchie.
Fair enough.
And then doing Lost City of Z, and then he was out to do Game of Thrones, but it all didn't line up. I know these things. Sorry, I'm in the industry, mate.
So he was telling me about like, oh, I've met so and so and so and so, and you're like, fuck off, no, you haven't. He's like, I have. Gotten Peter Dinklage a high chair.
No, that is not. Right, am I going to have to clarify? Right, I'm going to clarify this.
No, just leave the joke as it is. Leave it
No,
out there
'cause he's
unclarified.
my
and let-
mate.
And let people. He's your mate.
He fucking loves me.
He comes round to your man's for Sunday dinner.
Mick, give me some of that scalpy, would you? No problem, Pete. Anytime. mate.
So who's the most famous person you've met being on The Voice? No, was there anybody? Who were the judges? So the year you were on?
Simon Cowell,
Oh fuck.
Nicole Scherzinger, who said
yeah.
I was gorgeous, Sharon Osbourne, and then who was the last one? Oh, Louis Walsh.
There he was.
But
so
like-
Nicole Scherzinger's the only one you really want to talk to.
Yeah, I didn't really feel like I was meeting them because it just didn't feel real.
Like a glass box sort of thing. Like you're
Yeah.
over there and they're here and they're just
Yeah.
shouting shit at you.
Literally, that's what it felt like. I did, however, whenever I was actually in the middle of getting an interview backstage, like literally the camera was on me and I was answering questions, and Kelly Osbourne just walked straight past me, and then I just completely turned to her and was like, "Oh hi," and she was like, "Oh hiya."
Oh, cool. Oh,
then
was
I went back.
it Kelly Osbourne was the judge or Sharon?
No, she was just there.
Oh, she was just there
Yeah,
having,
just
having the
walking
crack.
about.
Like.
Bring your daughter to work day.
Yeah, I was just like, okay. Hi.
How far did you get though?
So the second stage of boot camp, do you watch it at all? Like, do
No,
you know
I've had girlfriends, so I used to be forced to watch it.
Yeah, you just make that excuse.
But no, fuck up. I was doing research for I'd be there.
I was on this.
Where's the nice cafe on that island? Oh yeah, I'll be sure to check that out. No, I'm aware of. I didn't realize boot camp. Is that still like fairly? I understand like the production of it,
Fairly
but
deep.
are they hands on? When they get you in there?
No.
It is literally someone else has been coaching you, and then
Yeah, it's
And
all
then
just
they-
producers and runners and all that kind of stuff. This is another thing that like really annoys me. Like, no harm to people that are watching this, but people will come up to me and be like, "I loved you whenever you're on the X Factor. Like, I voted for you. I picked up that phone and I voted for you." And I'm like, I didn't get far enough to get voted for, so you're talking complete and utter
That
fucking
happened
shite.
to me in a fucking shop here where they were like, "Oh, I loved you," and a Guitar Star, and I like, "You really deserve to win." It's like, you're talking about Gary Lutton.
Oh no!
That's not me. I just went, yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
thanks.
Can I get these shoes cobbled for free? Because that's where it was. It was a fucking shoemaker. It was fucking like a random as fuck. I was getting a key done or something. But yeah, that's fucking. But that's strange. It is strange the way people like. Because it's all packaged and sheened. They don't actually
Yeah.
see what the fuck goes on.
Yeah, oh yeah. Definitely.
Behind the scenes like with it, so it's kind of shite. So would you
is.
if they offered you back on, would you go for it?
If a
Like as a
new-
reunion thing or something?
Oh well, if I was guaranteed that I was going to get into the semi-finals or finals,
Nice.
yes. But if it was just going to be like a free for all, like, oh, just whatever happens, no.
yeah, because ultimately they're only pushing their own brand,
Yeah.
and it's like when it comes to the winner, like the winner has a song written for them, but all the finalists have to do a version of it so that they have it ready to go.
I know how weird's that.
They need to fucking like start bringing, because like Andrea Begley won it.
From here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
I remember.
unreal. See the stuff they were getting her to sing, but sorry,
Oh,
it's the end of the world there. Sorry, the sunflower's crumbling. But the stuff that she, like, I've known Andrea for years and years, and I've heard the stuff that she sings and she's written, and it's so powerful.
Class.
You know, like really moving, like goosebumps. So you're
Yeah.
And then we were listening to her on the Voice, and it's kind of like so wasted. You know what I mean? Because
I
that's
know.
not her. That's not
Yeah.
how she sings. But she still won, and fucking.
Yeah.
There couldn't have been a better person to win it, like. But
Yeah.
it's kind of like I think she would have like tortured people if she had just done.
Yeah.
If they had allowed her just to do her own songs. Do you know? 'Cause it's just
know.
a fucking guitar at the end of the day.
Yeah.
A guitar and a fucking her singing, and she would have fucking wrecked people.
I think there's a guy who won this year on The Voice actually sang his own stuff in every round,
Love that.
Oh,
and he ended up winning. I think that's what happened.
Then I always wonder if he was already semi-famous and they were like, here,
we'll put you through. Yeah.
this.
There's always a vendetta, not a vendetta. What's the word I'm looking for?
I know what you're trying to
You
say,
know
but I
what
have no
I'm saying?
idea.
a Venn diagram.
A Venn diagram.
Yes, we'll go back to that.
Vesuvius.
A vendetta. No, it's always a agenda.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An ulterior motive.
There you go.
Oh, what's it even better
I
one?
know. Now you do
Fucking
one.
hell.
A punch
I ran it out.
Actually, that's really funny because remember you had said ages ago, it was like, oh, we should actually like play Scrabble when we record all these podcasts, and that never happened. This is much better.
Because what I wanted to do was, the original thing was, actually it could have worked. I'll probably do it for the next season. Scrabble's really expensive, by the way. Like
Really?
board games, because on our wedding, instead of centerpieces, because all the tables are going to be like families, and we were going to do board games in the middle, and they were your centerpieces. So Cards Against Humanity, you know. And
That's
we were like,
such a
right,
good
there's only
idea.
10 tables, and then we were like, right, fucking 30 quid for fucking Monopoly and all. And I was like, well,
What?
it was like working out something like £250 odd pound, even when we were looking at the cheap ass fucking knockoff Monopoly. And you know, like,
Go to a charity shop.
because that's the best place to get fucking full
That's
sets.
Ridiculous one. Oh, yeah, true.
But yeah, my original idea was we get the Scrabble board out, right? And I'll just do one big long fucking word. You could make it up. You could do an actual word. You could do whatever. But obviously it'd have to do with your letter. And I'd make up like a big word in the middle. You know, like so bamboozly floppy dops or some shit like that there. And then every person that came on had to do it.
Right.
And you got to pick one word, and then you could either make it up and do a meaning for it, whatever you know. But as long as we had it, and then I would glue all the pieces in place, and at the end we'd have fucking, you know, the season.
What, a mega word?
One mega word. I just want, but no, it would be like a proper game of Scrabble that we all play with each other.
That's class.
And I think, it sounds class, but then you think about it and you go,
confusing.
I sound like a dick. So I'll just leave it.
The idea's there, just let it.
The intent, you know, is what they say.
Yeah.
You'd
The
probably
thought
forget
that counts.
forget the glue, and then you'd put it away and go, oh, fuck
No,
off.
I've just used my nail glue. I've got tons of it now. It's just all out about the house. It's fucking strong. I used to. My guitar
It is.
one day broke. The pickup. I was due to do a gig down in the Crescent Arts Centre for like it was a charity thing about 3 or 4 years ago, and I was sitting practicing, and my pickup because it's like mounted in the inside of your guitar, just fell out of the guitar and I was like, what the fuck, how am I supposed to do this? So I ended up panicking. I was going, am I going to tape it in and all this? I ended up just using nail glue and putting it on, and it's been there ever since. It hasn't
What?
moved.
That's
So
really good nail
it's,
glue.
it's really mad.
Industrial strength.
Yeah, and then it kind of made me think, it's like, I really need to stop pulling these off my nails after like one gig, because I'm like playing them, and then I'm like, oh, I'm going to the chippy. I'm not going to can them a tenner with the fucking pink. It's the pink nail varnish to go a bit mad for it.
I miss
so I
that.
like take them off and like just pulling my nail off with them. Like.
I do miss that so much. That's one of the things I miss most about gigging is
The nails.
the reaction on people's faces when they would come up and they'll go, hey lads, class, and they go to shake our hands, and they'd shake his right hand, which has all these really awesome tattoos and these really long nails, and
Bright
then
white
but then
nails.
they look at the hands, and then they look up at him, and he's smiling because he's being all thank you very much, and then he really must look like a fucking psychopath.
Thank you very much. No, it's whenever I shake their hands and I just tickle the inside of their palm. That usually gets them. They're usually like freaked out a wee
Every
bit.
time, it's actually, we did the HBO were doing a fucking Game of Thrones exhibition thing at the Titanic Exhibition Centre, and we were asked to perform at it, and we're playing away, and there were a few of the cast members, like it was Lane Cunningham and the fucking Ian.
I wouldn't fucking know. I never watched the show.
No.
What's his
Did
name?
you not watch it?
No, I've watched like one episode because my ex-boyfriend was in it.
Anyways,
Was in it?
Oh, who's he?
He was like,
Oh,
Was he an extra?
Jason
yeah.
Momoa.
Oh no, I
After that sex scene with your woman, he was like, right, get the fuck out of the house.
I apparently during that fucking rape scene, he used to like have like like pink fluffy like toys and stuff like that there
lighten the
to
mood.
make her laugh and lighten the mood. Like you ask,
I'd say it'd be a fairly dark thing. Like that.
Yeah, so that's what he would do. So Amelia Clark, like when she's asked about that scene, it's like it's actually one of the fucking funniest scenes he's ever done because he would just because he knew. No, but the thing is, there's like apparently there's like on film sets it was called an intimacy director or something like that.
Yeah, well, they have like minimal
feel
cast
comfortable and
Right, okay.
what have you. But like Jason Momoa's there with fucking fluffy toys and tickling her and shit. In between,
maybe
that sounds a bit.
Maybe he misread the situation. Did you not been you've been approached for anything like TV wise?
I've done a few extras things like, but
anything we know.
Yeah, what do you call it? It's
Fucking anything you know.
it's more of like kids programs actually.
Oh right.
Yeah,
Like
the first one's
CBBS?
out. No,
CBBS.
CBBC, the first one, yeah, and then this one. Actually, I think it might be as well. But what do you call him from JLS? The small one. Whose mum's from here? Aston Marigold. He's in it. He's one of the dads.
I'm impressed, Mick. Slightly.
Mate, boy band is a thing. See, when I do quizzes and stuff, and there's like boy band related shit, I have no like you learn stuff by osmosis. My sister was a mad Boyzone and Westlife fan.
Okay.
And when you hear something through a wall, strangely you remember it better than when you hear it clearly. So like I literally even know Westlife and Boyzone songs word for word.
You just hear these muffled.
Yeah. Aye.
What song was that?
When you say nothing at all. No, but I'm weird for Boyzone trivia.
I used to like Boyzone. I remember one of the first Christmases I can remember. I got a tape deck. And it was a fucking I know that's how long ago that was.
Do you remember what those are?
No.
Like
I do know what a cassette player is. Yeah, I used to have one.
Fucking like a handheld one before even fucking CD Walkmans came out.
Did you have like a wee thing that you could
clip
clip to your belt?
Oh,
Yes,
I
I had one.
And I had the weird. No, it was literally like a metal hairband.
Yeah.
And then just fluff
Yeah.
for headphones, and that was your headphones. And I got a fucking Boyzone CD or not CD, fucking cassette in it. Yeah. And that was one of my first things I can remember. Actually, I remember enjoying it, but I didn't catch on.
I remember what I was trying to say there about your nails. No, we were we're playing away and we're doing our thing, and no one's meant to care that we're there. We're just playing music. But there's a Q&A going on, and then there's like a fucking a photo opportunity where they've got the throne, so the cast members are going and posing with people because it was like a VIP thing, and they kept walking backwards and forwards, and they kept going. This happened a couple of times, and the cast going, "Fuck lads, your music's class, well done." And then to put the hand out to shake your hand, and he needs two hands to play his instrument, and I need two hands to play mine, and you're going.
Yeah.
And I just stop this song.
I found myself doing this really retarded fucking like going to shake his hand, but not. I just leant forward like a violin and going
like his face,
like almost like here. Do you want to do like a wee like a chest bump? It was this weird thing.
I always hate that when you go to shake. Like it's usually builders, people that are more manly than I, and they're like, well, and you go to shake their hand, and they don't extend their grip. Because I'm always like, I like to get in a proper, but they always do it like in such a way that you end up like shaking their hand like a lady, and they've got like a big fucking man hand, and I'm like, it's like, yes, I'm now the beta. Yeah. You are definitely the alpha in this handshake. That fucking bugs the shit out of me because it's like I want to go, but handshakes are such a weird thing.
Yeah. I know, I hate them. I hate not knowing what people are going to go for, like hug, handshake, fist bump. Yeah.
Shake your fist at you.
How do you cope now with like we've seen friends of ours that maybe we haven't seen in a long time through recording these, and then I'm like when they talk to me, I'm expecting a 3-second delay because I feel
Zoom.
Like,
you know, feel like it should be on Zoom, but they're in person. I'm like,
I hate Zoom.
So like even like going for like do a fist pump or elbow or what?
Yeah,
what do you do now?
It's supposed to be elbow apparently.
I mean,
what difference?
It's supposed to be elbow. You can still kiss each other, but. You know, you can't.
We're allowed to hug. Are we allowed to hug cautiously, or is that only England?
Hug cautiously? Like, what is that? I know only English are allowed to hug cautiously. Fuck. I thought that was their national sport, hugging cautiously.
Jesus Christ! Like I was fucking taught by priests. Why those fucking the
worst they would hug cautiously.
Do you know what I mean?
They were about forceful with their hugs, weren't they?
Yeah, hug generously.
I know.
Generously, hug generously. The Lord giveth, and He giveth some more.
Fucking really bastard took my fucking soul and my money.
Are you doing Are you going to be doing the things anymore? Are you going to be going forward with Moana? Is there much talk of you going back into the Disney world?
Yes. Well, actually, it's not. I'm not allowed to say Disney.
Why did we even invite you on?
And
you can't tell us anything.
No, other like things are available. I'm just a princess who happens to look
yeah.
and act like Moana, who is from Disney.
Do
But I'm not
that
actually from
reminds me?
Disney.
It's like when you used to buy like an Action Man or a Barbie knockoff in like B&M. And it was like, action guy.
Yeah. That's me.
You are action guy.
Akonga.
All these accessories that were just hollow as fuck. This isn't Barbie.
What was the Barbie was the main doll. Was it Mindy? Was there one called Mindy?
There's Cindy.
Cindy,
and then he has a sister. Can't remember the name.
How do you know this?
Daughter. She's really, my daughter. We have not like Fanula's. Fanula's very fashionable. She's more like into your punk and stuff and all like that there, but like all leopard skin and all. Like she's just one hot piece of ass, if you don't mind
She's
saying.
stunning.
I love her. It's like punching up. Like that's why I'm like, right, I'm not going to do any better. So this is it. But and I always say to her, I feel shit for you because you have to look at me.
Oh.
So. But but like we have no one to say like. You shouldn't buy like girls' Hoovers and stuff and all like that because you don't want to be trying to encourage them into that sort of thing. We're not like that at all. Mm-hmm. Darcy is just like that. She loves pink. She loves Barbie. She loves singing. She's not doing anything for the feminist cause. Yeah. But at the same time, the tenet of feminism says that she's allowed to do all that stuff but she is. We have in no way encouraged it or discouraged it. Yeah. But she just fucking Barbies, Polly Pockets, anything that you can think of as girly, she is into it, or traditionally girly, should I say, and she's into it. But that's how I know. There's like 20 fucking Barbie animation, like.
Yeah, there's like movies and
there's so many. I didn't realize there was fucking so much Barbie. Like, there's like series upon series. On like Barbie in space. Barbie has a ponytail. Barbie has fucking Serval Barbie. I don't know.
I did not see this go on. I guess today. Oh, fuck. Do you know why he has a beard? By the way.
Because I have no chin.
I was just about to say.
No, because Fanula said, and I quote, "I don't like your face."
Yeah. In a loving, caring.
I heard that, and I was like,
Yeah.
"All right." Because remember, someone asked us. Someone suggested that me and Gavin should shave our beards for charity, and I was like, "Fuck off! I've spent 2 years growing that thing."
It would grow back quick enough.
I know, but you know what I mean. Like,
but you look like a pure derp.
We have. I don't want to upset the sponsors and stuff, but like, no. And then Fanula said, and I was there when she said it, and I was like, fuck me. But then I see pictures of him. Like, we did funny photos. Yeah. Did you see the photos of us without beards? He was like, he found
a filter you can
get.
I
don't know.
They're really funny. They actually look. He looks like he's off a ward for the day. I look like I've just burgled your granny's house.
Yeah. Oh, no.
He wanted to do a post basically where someone stole our gear. Have you seen these two people? They stole all our
equipment. We need to talk to them.
And
it was like way after April Fools when I thought about it as well.
He should have just done it anyway.
I was fucking raging. I was like, I know whenever people see when loads of things are trending, you know, like the whole Friends thing's trending at the minute of the Joey memes and all. I'll think of one in 3 months' time. Whenever it's all said and done, I'll put it up and it'll be like no traction on it whatsoever. And that happens to me every fucking time. I just can't think of something, and then I'll just be like, oh fucking that's you.
I'm gonna go buy that shirt.
The Joey shirt.
We did an interview yesterday for a local broadcaster, and he when they were like, after they did the interview, they were like, right, can you sit down and then we'll get some casual shots of you two chatting.
Like
and then he said to me about that, and I went, sweet. So I just sat on the steps like this,
like doing the Joey pose. The Joey pose.
The Joey pose.
Oh, I pissed myself at those yesterday. It's so funny.
There's some very good ones, because he does look like everybody's dad at christening. That's the whole thing. He really does.
Or he's the dad at Christmas your dad at Christmas when he tries to remember what your fucking ma got you whenever you're opening your presents. He's just like, what are we gonna give you? So he's definitely he's Irish. Like, that's an Irish man.
I seen somebody put up a tweet about it saying we claim him now, and you just can't say, and nobody else can say that they have him. Like, so.
Love it. Fuck. Have you watched the Friends reunion? Do you
care
about Friends?
I mean, I kind of like it. It's not. I don't know.
You weren't in that generation, I think, of Friends. Like when Friends came out, I think I was like 14.
No, it ended in 2004.
It's 94 to 2004. So I was 11.
Started 1 year before me.
There you go. So
you were fucking 7.
It started 1 year before you were born.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's fucking sickening, isn't it?
So I was right. I was there. Like I was there from almost. No, I did actually. I used to love it actually when I was younger, but now that I'm older, I'm like.
I remember because you're 4 years older than me, aren't you?
Which you still can't believe.
I know. So I would have been 7 when Friends came out. Here I heard a really fucking weird thing. It was like the people in the year 2000 who were saying about the 60s and 70s are now the people saying about the 80s and 90s. Do you know, like,
Yeah.
so the 40 year, and it's like, wow, that's a real fucking.
Beige always comes around every 40 years.
it's the fashion trend. But yeah, fucking it like messed with my mind. I said to Fernanda, and she was like, that's made me feel really weird about
It
time.
is weird. Like, I can remember the millennium. Like, I was like, what, 5 or something? But people are coming into the shop and they're buying cigarette items and like tobacco stuff. And I'm like, you look about 10, give me your
Yeah.
ID. And then it says 2001. But they're still, like, I'm like,
In
oh,
your head
that's
can't
so
just
weird.
process the math.
Yeah.
You're like,
You're old enough
What the-
to, like, what?
like all these vape pens. It's like you are like fucking
That's
4.
so weird.
Are you get
Kids who've never smoked who decide to vape. I'm like, the vape was not there for you. It was the wean smokers
Yeah.
or cigarettes.
Just smoke a cigarette, look cool, and it's way nicer.
I know.
As an ex-smoker, I say this every time. If it came out tomorrow, we were wrong about smoking and cancer, I'd be fucking on it straight away. I'd be like, I'm having it. 'Cause
Really?
I
I don't know, mate.
I
The
don't do
price of
anything
them.
anymore.
Price I heard someone say
That's
was
why they're so good. People realising they're so good.
16
they put
quid
the
for a
price
pack
up.
of 20.
I smoke rollies anyway, so
But even rollies at that.
you get them
Ridiculous.
from Spain. You get them all brought in.
Aye.
You get a carton of fucking Domingo. That's the one you used to get. Domingo rolling tobacco.
That sounds rough.
So it was rough, but it was like 3p for 16 kilos of the stuff. Like, so you were like,
Do you have like did you smoke whenever you were younger at all?
I used to smoke.
Did you ever have like a fag man? I don't know, I think it's just a Northern Irish thing to be
yeah,
honest.
I've actually near
Or
enough
probably
sure
like an
that we
Irish thing.
did. It was the person in the state that he did the runs.
Yeah, so
And
in Lisburn, well, I grew up in the country, but then moved to Lisburn when I was like 12. But there was he's called Billy the Fag Man. I'm not going to say where he's from. But you didn't knock his front door, you just knocked his living room window, and a hand just came out, and then you just handed him a $5, and then he would hand you like a packet of like 20 Lambert and Butler. I was like 13.
So where I grew up, you could buy singles.
Oh, yeah,
singles,
from the ice cream man.
Let's say the ice cream man. Just all these weird fucking, you know. Oh yeah, I Jimmy the lawnmower guy.
Can I get a 99er and a single Benson Hedges,
Yeah.
please?
Or the DVD man, that's another thing that's definitely a Northern Irish thing.
Oh, there's a guy who used to come round.
So fucking illegal,
Oh my
like.
god, there's a guy who just all sorts of fucking sensory memories. There's a guy who used to come round and he had. Anybody from West Belfast that hears this, or I don't know where his route was, but I knew he came round our way, and it was he had a blue van and it had a picture of the van had like I'm trying to paint this in my mind before I say it out. It was like a very Americanized, like it was like a monster truck with
Okay.
you know like the big cowboy fucking
Oh.
Yeah,
prongs
yeah.
coming at the front, but the truck was all like anthropomorphic, so it was all it was like a person.
Yeah.
And it was blue with gold on it, and he used to come out and do it was the DVDs and the cassettes he used to get. And fuck, I can't remember his name or anything or the name of the business. But just when you said the DVD man, I was like, fuck, remember I can't. He used
Wait,
to come
so he
round.
was like making it obvious, like here I am pirating all these DVDs in the back of my truck.
I think it was a legitimate business. I think he had he was basically like
Blockbusters and
yeah,
Wheels.
like Blockbuster or Extravision, but on wheels. So it fucking changed.
good
It was,
business.
he used to come round just before the van shop came round. Were you old enough to have van shops?
Kind of, not where I was from, no, but I know they are.
The weirdest like mobile ever invented, the van shop. He used to come round, so he would come round first, you get your video,
Yeah.
and then you get all your sweets in the van shop, and then you sit and watch your fucking your
Sounds
Friday.
amazing.
Simpler times, but
It was.
that's the difference. Like you talk about like you're saying like Friends, for example, was a show that sort of we grew up on,
Yeah.
and you watched it week to week to week, or if you watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer or
Oh, I
anything
saw
they
that.
got there, it was all week to week to week, and you sort of grew up with it, and then as the characters evolved and then some devolved, and the show finished, and it was all grand. But nowadays, because you can binge shit, you don't
Yeah.
really have that same connection to a TV show.
You just watch it all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You don't have to like come home from school, get your school uniform off, get changed, sit down in front of the TV, and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch this." It's just at your
So,
hands.
even
So-
kids' TVs, it's like because we were going to renew our contract with Virgin, and then we're
Yeah.
like, we don't need any of the TV. We don't watch TV anymore. It's all Netflix and fucking Disney,
Exactly.
and you know it's not a chipped Amazon Fire, but
Yeah.
So we've got all that sort of shit, and you're like, oh, blah. And then we ended up keeping it anyway because they were offering us a really good deal on the internet. And it's like, oh, you want this one thing? Well, it's going to be slightly more expensive than all these three things combined.
Yeah.
It's like, how is that a functional business model?
And then they'll just increase the price gradually.
Yeah, or I think
yeah.
it's like 4p a month for 18 months, and then it's £7,000 after that. It's like,
That's how they get you.
They're arseholes.
but yeah, the van shop.
Branson, you fucker.
Fucking, he's a big balloon him, anyway.
Hey, but dumb.
Because he's But yeah,
Him and
the van
Lusky's
shop,
breath,
the
yeah.
fucking. I'm trying to think what. Did you have an Adidas man?
What?
A guy who used to obviously they cafed the stuff from somewhere.
Oh, it fell off the back of a van.
Type of thing, but it will
Yeah.
always be. I remember waking up one night and we had. My man had. There was a guy somewhere in the street. I must have been about 9 or 10, and there was a guy who was doing Adidas tracksuits.
Right.
Adidas tracksuits, right? And they were cheap as chips, like these things. They were like 15 quid for the entire tracksuit thing. And I did not know at the time they were all stolen, like
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? But I remember my man was trying to get me one, and he didn't have my size. He's like, I'll have some more sizes next week, you know, type of thing. You were like, right, okay. And all I remember is sleepwalking, right? And we used to have like a laundry room,
Yeah.
in between the bathroom and my mummy's room. Where it was
posh
like
for you.
it was like a cupboard that nobody used, so we just fucked all the washing into it. So and I just remember it was all the clean washing my dad. I just remember sleepwalking and going in, and my mum coming into me and going, "What are you doing?" And I was just pissing into the laundry room all over the clean clothes. And I turned around there and went, "Has the man come about the tracksuit yet?" And she was like, "No, son, just you go back to bed."
Fucking hell.
This is strange.
Laundry room. Do you know when we were kids? I didn't know what a cloakroom was.
For your cloaks?
No. But I didn't know what a cloakroom was, in the sense I had never heard the words uttered, and I didn't know what it was, because what everybody else knows as a cloakroom, we knew as Aladdin's cave. My dad would call it Aladdin's cave because it's where it was just
Everything
fucking
went.
everything.
Yeah.
It fucked out coats, shoes.
That's quite literally
fucking
mine at the minute.
potties, everything I fucking threw in there. Hoover, it was all in there. And I was years later fucking at a friend's house. And
Oh, no.
Give me your coat, I'll put it in the Aladdin's cave.
no, but then they were like, no, but then they'd be like, oh, do you want to go into the cloakroom there? And I was like, what the fuck's a cloakroom? And I just like, I never felt more working class. But then I remember seeing Aladdin, the Robin Williams. So I think that came out in '94, so I would have been 10 or 11. And actually them being explained to me what Aladdin's cave was, and I was like, Dad, you fucking lied to me for years. There's none of this cool stuff. There's no flying carpet in Ireland.
You go, Daddy, where's the like milk? Oh, it's in the Jafar. Call the fucking fridge and all sorts
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah, so you've as I say, you're one of the busiest people I've known. Like, I've never seen you not doing things over this whole pandemic. Like, so what are you looking forward to the most? Like coming up, is there anything event wise?
Well, no events yet. I'm doing a couple of online things, and I've got music coming out, as I said. But I've been working with like different people. Do you know Belfast Busking Band?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're so class. Literally
That's
fucking
our
love them so
Jazz
much.
with them as well.
Oh, right, okay.
Jazz doing stuff with them, because I think
class.
she's going out with Enrique, the drummer for the
Okay.
Belfast Busking Band.
No, well, there you go. Small world. I didn't know that.
There you are.
Well, I've been working with Tony, the guy that does the trumpet. He's class.
Oh, I know Tony.
We've just been having like jamming sessions and just trying new things. I've been doing a little bit of like something like a little bit Cuban sounding,
Oh,
and
yeah,
working
lovely.
with like on a rap track and like a bit more jazzy. And it's not something that I would usually do because I do love soul, but I absolutely love house music. So I've
Yeah.
always been on that poppy dance side.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fun to try something completely new. Like, it's not my usual, so I think I'm going to try and...
because then you'll be able to apply the things that you've learned when you're
Yeah,
writing.
yeah.
You'll come up with some way. I think it's just the way forward, isn't it? Like
Exactly.
collaboration. Like it's like my style completely changed working with you
Yeah.
to then him, and then like the stuff I used to play 10 years ago, I couldn't play now.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be happy with it because it'd be like
Yeah,
so
yeah.
predictable. Whereas now I'm like, oh, weirder the better and stuff.
Exactly.
Like that. So,
Try
but yeah,
something new.
that's good shit then. So we're looking forward to hearing something
Yeah.
come out of that then.
Yeah.
There you go. I think we're hitting the hour. We have literally just hit the hour mark there. So I think we're going to try and wrap up here.
Yep.
Wrap it up.
I'm away to the beach to throw fucking rocks at seagulls.
It's just it's a hobby. He has no. It's not like he's bringing the kids to the beach or anything. You're just
No, I am, but they're getting left there.
well, you fucking throw rocks at seagulls.
Daddy's away chucking.
Well, there's our PETA podcast.
Rad season starts soon, mate. Gotta get it.
Get your pro-
I'm long retired. I moved out of Ardorn years ago. Happy hours with it.
Right, well, okay. On that note, while we're waiting on MI5 showing up, say thank you very much, Romana. Appreciate it. Looking
Thank
forward
you.
to check it all out. You're on all the socials.
Literally everywhere. It's
You're
just
literally everywhere.
Rwanda Shaw. No one else has got my name, so...
So you're sorted.
Yeah.
So Spotify for the
Yes,
second
Spotify,
chapter 2?
iTunes.
Second chapter?
Yes,
Sorry.
chapter 2.
Yeah. Is the
Chapter
other music
2's
still
on-
out there?
It is actually, yes, the band was called Second Nature. The music's still on Spotify and all those kind of places, but we just don't have any like music videos and all that stuff up.
Okay.
But it's all out there if you
so
want
I
it.
check it out. And what's the name of the nondescript princess organisation that you've been doing work for?
We are called Real Princesses NI.
Excellent. So
Yes.
check them out. As a client of one of the princesses, I'll not say who, we were very happy with our service. So I would definitely check them out. And you should be charging more. Get them while they're cheap. Because they should be
Thank
charging
you.
more. But yeah, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
No bother.
Yeah. All new episodes of the String Ninjas podcast every Monday on all major streaming platforms, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Or subscribe to us to get early access to both the audio and the video versions of the podcast at patreon.com/String Ninjas.
The String Ninjas Podcast.